Hey y'all, today is a bright, cheerful morning. We just got through a light frost last night and we are looking at 10 to 14 days of temperatures that are in the upper 40s or higher, as high as the upper 60s in this area. As a reminder, I am zone 8A in Wylie, Texas. And so I thought I would celebrate this beautiful start of weather with a beautiful arrangement of spring blooms in a basket that I found thrifting. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when my latest videos are up. And make sure you drop me a comment below. Let me know how many more weeks of winter you have, if you've started your spring planting, what you're looking forward to the most. Okay, so I've done a basket before. Well, come here. Come here. You can come up here. Let me get your diaper off. You can come out here. It's okay. Come here. You won't go, boy. You don't have to sit there and cry. You're okay. Okay. So I have done a basket before. Last year I did an ode to Linda Vader, which was really fun. And she loves to use thrifted items such as baskets because they're cheap. A lot of this stuff would be thrown away anyway, and they're just a beautiful way to add, just a really beautiful, unique accent to your garden. So I got this basket right here from Texas Thrift in Garland, Texas, and I got it for $5 on a day where it was half off. So I got it for $2.50. Thrilled with that. So obviously the basket has lots of openings in it, and if I were to just put dirt, like soil, straight in it, it would fall through. I have done where I've lined the inside of it with moss before, but today I'm just going to be utilizing a trash bag because I don't have a lot of moss on hand. So all I'm going to do with the trash bag is just take it and lay it over the inside of the basket just like this. And once that's in there, I am basically I'm going to leave it like this until I'm finished planting it, and then I'll go back and trim it. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to trim some holes. Just a couple of holes in here to allow the water out. You don't have to go crazy with the holes. Water will find its way out. And this will definitely help protect the basket and help it last longer, which is great. All right, I'm also going to utilize, I think I already have a bag of soil. Let me grab this soil over here. Yeah, this is potting mix. So let me get some potting mix added in here. Woo. Okay. Oh gosh, it's so pretty this morning. It just feels rejuvenating. Love it. Okay, so I've selected a number of plants I'm going to be working with in here. One of my more like thriller ones is this Scabiosa. It is a pink mix pincushion flower. I liked it for its kind of wiry look. I got one that's not looking great. Let me get that. And I like that because it's kind of got a wiry look to it. I've also got these are Savannah pink geraniums. I have one Proven Winners Double Up Pink Begonia. And then I also have this crazy tunia called Blue Ice. Now, spring planters don't last a really long time in my area. These will last through the end of April into May. They'll be beautiful and wonderful. I'm not really worried about them running out of growing space or anything like that. I will say when I'm done with this arrangement, the Scabiosa is a perennial, and so that will go somewhere else. I might repurpose some of these geraniums. Don't typically last into the hot weather for us. Begonias do. They do pretty good. So I might move that somewhere else or use it in another one. And then petunias typically die out, fizzle out once we start hitting upper 90s in our area, and they are just over it by that point. I'm going to make this basket multiple sided. So a lot of times I'll just do things one sided. I'm going to make this one pretty from all the way around. I do want to start with my larger plants. So I'm going to start with the crazy tunia. A lot of times what I like to do is just kind of like mess around, just kind of putting the containers in just to kind of get a general idea of what I like. And then once I've done that, I can pull them out and start working from there. So I'm going to put this crazy tunia towards the front. Now this is not a really deep basket, so I do have to mess with the roots a little bit, but it will do fine. Just loosen up that dirt right there. All right. Notice that I've left the trash bag how it is right now. And then at the very end, I will trim it up. Let's go with the Scabiosa next. Scabiosa, I'm going to put this direction. Tuck in all the dirt around it. Okay, on this front edge, I'm gonna do a geranium. I have a few violas that I might grab to fill in a little bit. I love potting up arrangements. I just feel like they're little mini works of art. It just feels good. Let's go with the begonia next. Now, some of these are sun, some of these are full, or shade, or part shade. I'm kind of just mixing right now. With my spring planters, I don't really stress about it because the weather's not so intense and the sun's not so intense yet in our area that it would be a problem for some of these shade-loving plants. But really the only like shade-loving one is like this double up begonia like shade, but it can also do sun. And then the geraniums, they tend to like a little shade too. Let me look. It says full sun. I'll take it. Get this begonia in there. I do like to repeat some elements. Although now I kind of want to put this over here. Nope, I'm going to go with my original plan. I do like to repeat some elements. I'm going to shift this Scabiosa over a little bit, because I think it makes the plant design more cohesive when you are repeating elements instead of just like a whole bunch of random plants kind of stuck together. So it's like the garbage man's coming in. Okay. So I've got some jump up blue purple violas that I think would look really pretty tucked in there. I also have some dianthus. I think I'm gonna wait on the dianthus. I think I'm gonna fill in a couple of the violas over here and then maybe one over here, something along those lines. Let's see what we think. Usually pretty messy when I'm working on planters. I almost always have to get the blower out afterwards. Okay, go ahead and rotate it so you guys can see the other side. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck some violas right around here. so pretty. I love these colors, pinks and purples together. A little bit of a blue tone in there. Oh, I just think they're so pretty. Pretty tough on plants when I'm putting them in a planter. Do this, pull out your soil. I'm gonna do that. I feel like it got too much in there or something. How gorgeous is this? Okay. Checked, make sure soil levels are good everywhere. After you finish planting, you always want to make sure you water ASAP to get everything settled in nicely. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut around the edge, leaving about an inch. I'm going to go get some better scissors. Basically, you're just going to trim around about an inch above the soil line, and then you can tuck it in after that. If you're trying to preserve your basket, about an inch above the soil line is a good idea, because remember, we're trying to keep the water from touching the basket very much. That looks fun, beautiful, pretty. Okay, and finally I have some preserved moss. It's just a bag of mixed moss, and I've used it for other projects, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling it out, and I'm going to basically just tuck it into some areas, hiding the black trash bag. Just cleaning this up, making it look soft, natural, super easy process. This is a fun idea for fairy gardens. Doing a basket like this looks really pretty, soft and whimsical. Even got a touch of purple moss in here, which I think is pretty too. You can see how that's coming together over there. I love moss. I take it off of projects once I'm done with them and put it back in the bag. Once it's dry, you don't want to put it in the bag wet. And I repurpose it quite frequently. It's not super cheap, so if I can reuse it, I'm always happy to be able to do that. Moss always reminds me of spring and Easter, all that good stuff. I love it, y'all. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I hope you guys are looking forward to the spring weather in your area. I think today is just glorious outside. It feels amazing. and working on this project just gets me even more excited about spring. Couple of tidbits about this plant. You do want to make sure it's well watered and taken care of, especially if it's in full sun, so make sure you're checking for its water levels. The scabiosa right here is a perennial, so it can be reused, and it also makes for great cut flowers, so you can cut these stems and bring them in. And I actually love the spent blooms when you're left with this little scabiosa pod when all of the petals have fallen off. I think they're fun and they're whimsical and very natural. Those are really fun in arrangements as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, so stay tuned for a few photos of it, and as always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.